Hi there, mythologists. It's Professor Al here. I'm sorry I can't be with you all today, but this virus or whatever I've gotten has gotten me down, and I think you'll appreciate not catching whatever I've got. So hopefully we can cover most of the things we need to in a series of lectures online that I'm going to post on YouTube. These will be short lectures. I don't want to give a whole 80 or 60 minutes, especially because some of the things that extend the class time, and rightfully so, are the different kind of questions and group work that we incorporate into our lecture. So this will be a series of, I think, three, kind of maybe four fast-hitting things that will cover both the logistics that we have, and especially now that I've had to miss today, how we might reschedule the course for the next week or so, but then also cover the three aspects that are the main subject of today's lecture, where we'll talk about Homer and the Homeric problem, causes of conflict in myth, and then in the myth of the Trojan War in particular, and then finally turning to the theme of this week, war and its discontents. We're going to be looking at Iliad books 1 and 3, and maybe glancing ahead to book 9 to see where things might go. What do these conflicts that we're going to be talking about have to do with the war and the people who are unhappy with this war? So as always, I want to remind you to come to our office hours. We'd love to see you. My office hours, again, today will be canceled because I'm sick, but I hope to be there Thursday. Our Department of Languages and Literatures has a few lectures going on right now, so that has often made me have to change these time periods, but mostly this will work out. And then here are our TAs, Jane and Sheena's information as well. So moving on, upcoming assignments and new deadlines that are happening, in part because I missed today because of my illness, and then also because I couldn't meet up with the tech people working the clickers today again, excuse me, because I'm sick. So let's start off with what was our first assignment, and 99% of you got this in on time, no problem, which was discussion thread number 1. So this had been due last Friday on the 18th. This had called for a series of peer reviews. As far as I can tell, that function on Canvas, at least for this assignment, seems down. So I'm going to call the Canvas people, figure this out, but for right now we're going to cancel the peer reviews for this first assignment. And I want to thank you who have found creative ways of doing this peer review, not using the rubric, but instead of trying to tell everyone to find a certain person to review, etc., we're just going to cancel it. So again, I'm sorry for those who have done the work, but hopefully this will just be a good preparation for where you're going in the future, where there will be some more reviews. And then I also want to say that well, that's probably all I want to say. Sorry. I'm not 100% even in my brain because of the illness. So then, syllabus quiz. So this had been due this Friday, but because I'm not in class today, because there are a number of things that are going on, I wanted to delay this deadline until, sorry to move that on you, Friday, February 1st, 2012. So here are the instructions. It's not too hard to go to the Canvas site and then take the quizzes. Make sure you take them, and also make sure that you get 100%. There's no reason to leave with an 80% quiz grade. Take it until you get 100%. I want to give everyone this freebie 10% of their final grade. So now the second assignment, which was also scheduled to be due this Friday the 25th, is now going to be delayed as well. This had been a paper with a draft and a review function, but as long as the review function seems to be down on Canvas, I'm going to make the entire assignment due on February 1st. That's a Friday. So that's, again, putting things off 1 week just to keep everyone on top of things. I think that's a good thing to do in the context of what's going on here with our technological problems and me coming down with this flu. So another thing that I mentioned in the last class but want to bring up, I have found that once we do get the clickers up and running, students will be able to swap sections. If they're in section 1 on Tuesday, Thursday, they'll be able to go to the class meetings on these. I know that might not work for all of you, but for those for whom it does work, you should feel free to treat both classes as identical. And there will be ways of moving back and forth. I'll always be posting what day on, which lecture is happening, because sometimes section 1 will be ahead, sometimes section 2 will be ahead, all dependent upon the kind of university holidays throughout. And then, yeah, well, we already knew that. Great. So I'm going to stop this video short, and then we'll continue on in the next video with talking about who was Homer and what's the Homeric problem. See you then.